Hey, Jade.
Hey, Tom.
Knock, knock. It's rude to keep someone waiting.
You don't know that someone's home.
Well, you just responded to me, so I know that you're home.
Well, I'm not answering the door.
Do you have Ring? This is not sponsored by Ring. Hello, ma'am? It's a UPS driver. I have a package for you. All right, maybe I'll just leave it on the doorstep. Is that okay? I can't see you nodding because there's a big door that's in between us. All right. I just want to let you know, it's from the Green Bay Packers. And it's a big fat L for the Vikings. Grossi Posse Packer Nation. Welcome to another episode of Packcast, the podcast where you don't have to be a Packers fan, but it sure does help. I'm your host, Tom Grossi.
There couldn't be an L for the Vikings.
Oh, so now you're home.
I picked up the package.
It's actually it's for this week's game where you're gonna get a big fat L. Did you say your name?
No.
Oh.
You delivered the package. You know who lives here.
Yeah, I did. But I'm not going to say your name. That's rude. What if someone's first time watching? They don't know who you are.
It's better to keep it that way.
He's a Jade Grossi. He's my sister.
Ew.
He's nice. And so welcome to another week of NFL predictions. Week 8, Jade.
Yeah.
We're nearly halfway through the season.
Great.
What's great?
That we're nearly halfway through the season.
Why do you say that?
Because that means I don't have to attempt to predict who's going to win.
Are you saying you don't like doing this show?
I don't have a problem doing this show.
That's not what I asked.
Well, I can't directly answer your question because I feel like it's not really a yes or no question.
Do you like doing predictions? I think that's a pretty standard yes or no.
No, not standard.
Oh, why?
Because I feel like it's open for, not interpretation, but like, it's not a, yeah, I like this show, or, nah, I don't like this show.
Oh, so please tell me your thoughts. No one's home again. Last week I went 10-4, so I'm 75-29-1 on the season, while Jade went 9-5. There you go. Not too bad.
Typical work day.
63.
Not for me.
Is that why you weren't?
That's
at
why
the door?
I wasn't home.
Oh, okay. 63-41-1 on the season. Will Jade be able to catch up? You're now 12 games behind.
Ketchup. It's a great condiment. I like it on my eggs.
Oh, so you like freaking ketchup, but not the show. Starting off with Thursday night's game, you got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have done pretty good in the absence of CMC, coming close to beating the Saints last week, while the Falcons, they scored in the fourth quarter, which then caused them to lose because that's the Atlanta Falcons. So the Atlanta Falcons pretty much are code red, and I'm not talking about the Mountain Dew. Meanwhile, the Panthers...
That's a good Mountain Dew.
I hated it. It tastes like cough medicine.
I didn't mind it. I don't like regular Mountain Dew.
Oh, but you like Code Red. So another thing you like besides this show.
And ketchup's red too. Maybe I like red things. Maybe I should go for the red teams instead of the purple teams. That was a threat, Vikings. That if you don't do better, I'm out. I'm not really out. I'm still going to like purple.
It's always the Ravens. So the Falcons really need a win here, but at this point, I don't even know if it's going to help. I think the Panthers are the better football team right now, even though the Falcons have loads of talent. Yeah, the Falcons can't do a whole lot. So actually, I'm going to take the Panthers to take the win here because Bridgewater's been looking pretty damn good.
Panthers.
Ooh, let's get this out of the way early.
Great.
Jade, there once was a team named the Minnesota Vikings who got lost in the forest. And they kept walking and walking. They tripped over a root and broke their ankle. They then started hobbling and rolled down a hill. They then got back up and fell into a stream and got carried all the way down. But in the stream, there were rocks, and they bashed their head and ribs all along the rocks like it was pong. And then they finally were able to drag themselves to shore, only to be mugged by a local shepherd.
Did you think this out ahead of time?
I did not. After having no money, this team then found themselves in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field.
I'm going to go for the Packers.
Where?
So, let's just put a P down. Sorry, guys. You've been playing pretty awfully, and I didn't pick the Packers last week, and they won. And I just feel like I can't go for the Vikings this game. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. Is this a 1 o'clock game?
Yes, it is a 1 o'clock game.
Write the P down. I picked the Packers.
I wasn't done with my story. They find themselves in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, where they know they're about to get curb stomped by their daddy, Aaron Rodgers. That's the story of the Vikings season. The Packers have had a pretty good season. They're number 1 in the NFC right now. Boom! I'll take it. After an embarrassing loss against the Buccaneers, they rebounded and absolutely decimated the Houston Texans, and it was beautiful to see. Now, hopefully we'll have Aaron Jones back. Hopefully we'll have Kevin King back. Hopefully we'll have Darnell Savage back. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because the Packers are going to get the win. Because that Minnesota Vikings team, the hurt isn't done yet. Packers. Why are you asking if it was a 1 o'clock game?
Just curious.
You gonna stream?
No.
Oh.
I'll think about it.
Denzel Washingtoning their way into the next game.
Whoever suggested that Tom needs to work on transitions needs to retract their statement because this is more painful. I'm just saying.
I think the best part is we're only on the third game and we're already 10 minutes in.
It's because you had to do your knock-knock joke.
Well, if someone was home, then it would have gotten done a lot sooner.
Don't wait. They drop off and done.
Not if you need to sign for the package.
I clearly didn't need to sign for it.
You did. He's actually still waiting on the doorstep. You got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals, you're a bad football team. Now they got into a shootout. They got into a shootout with the Browns, and Joe Burrow did really, really well. Of course, I didn't start him in fantasy. I see you holding back that yawn.
You're welcome, everybody. I held it back for you.
Meanwhile, the Titans, down 20 points in the third quarter, made a resurgence. And if it wasn't for Steven Gostkowski, maybe they could have actually sent it into overtime. But kicker's gonna miss. This should be a pretty terrible game. The Titans should wipe the floor with the Bengals. If they don't, there's a serious problem. The Titans don't have a good defense, but the Bengals don't have a good defense or offensive line, so Titans. Plummeting into the ground at record speed, you have the New Jersey Jets, who held their own against the Buffalo Bills, but then got a total of 4 yards in the second half, taking on the always great Kansas City Chiefs. Jade?
Tom.
You remember when Game of Thrones was good? Mm-hmm. Remember the Red Wedding? Mm-hmm. This is going to be the Red Wedding. It's going to be a massacre. I would say Adam Gase is going to get fired after this, but we all know that he's not. Because, like Game of Thrones, it's just going to end in disappointment. The Chiefs are going to win this game, and it's not going to be pretty.
Chiefs!
Galloping into our next matchup, you have the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Detroit Lions. The Lions, who just traded for Everson Griffin because the Cowboys are like, I give up on life, and I can't really say that I blame them. The Lions able to come out and squeak away a win against the Atlanta Falcons last week. The Colts, a hot and cold team. Their defense can look really good, but it's also against bad teams. And Phillip Rivers, again, his throwing motion just makes me want to have a seizure. The Colts, I think, are the better football team, and so I'm going to give them the slight edge here. But who knows? Maybe you can have a resurging Lions here, and maybe they can actually take the victory. I wouldn't put it past them, but I'm going to go with the Colts here.
Lions!
Industrial revolutionizing our way into our next game, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. This should be the Sunday night football game, not this garbage we're going to see later. This could arguably be the game of the week. You have two of the best teams in football. The Steelers are playing phenomenally. They're one of the most balanced teams in football, though Ben Roethlisberger needs to stop throwing 3 interceptions. Taking on the Ravens, who just got Ngakoue. They're still a good football team. This should be a great divisional matchup. These games are always a lot of fun. Who's going to take it? That's going to be challenging. I'm actually going to say, even though I like the Steelers more to win, I'm going to go with the Ravens here.
I'm going with the Steelers.
Breaking down the castle door in our next game, you got the LA Rams taking on the Tua Ticonderoga Tamagotchi-led Miami Dolphins. Ryan Fitzy.
Anybody have Tamagotchis?
Sitting down.
I liked Tamagotchis.
On the bench.
I had the OG Tamagotchis.
His beard.
And then the knockoff Tamagotchis.
Too pure for this world.
My favorite was an alien Tamagotchi.
Could probably hide a Tamagotchi in his beard. After a heartbreaking press conference, the Miami Dolphins are coming off the bye, and they announced that Tua is going to be their starter. I'm sorry, Ryan, you deserved better. The Rams looked real good Monday night as they bulldoze the Chicago Bears. Made them look silly, which is not hard to do. No, we're not on the horse teams yet. I think the Rams are going to take this. I think Tua's going to struggle a bit. Also, Aaron Donald might eat him. So, Rams.
Rams!
Benching our way into our next matchup, you have the New England Patriots, who are just coming off benching Cam Newton last week, taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Patriots got slapped around by the 49ers. Cam Newton, 3 interceptions, got benched. Stidham comes in, 1 interception. Not so good. The Bills had a close game with the Jets, which actually might be more insulting. They got it done. Their defense locked it down in the second half, but didn't have a ton of confidence there.
Why does this always happen with the Bills?
That's the question for Bills Mafia.
I just don't get it.
Neither does Bills Mafia. So the Bills, they should be able to win this game. It's a divisional matchup.
Bills,
you never put
Bills,
anything
Bills.
past Bill Belichick. But I'm going to say the Bills win this, because if they don't, then we got some splaining to do. Indiana Jonesing our way into the next game. You have the Raiders taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Browns able to squeak away a win, as we talked about earlier, against the Cincinnati Bengals. However, they lost OBJ for the year, so very problematic. The Raiders, they got slapped around by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, proving who the real Pirates of the NFL are. The Raiders...
Arg!
Is what the Raiders said after losing that game. Actually, no, John Gruden was probably knocking again. But the Raiders, I think they had the more...
That knocks up, knocks down?
Yes.
He's a knocker, right?
Knock if you're with me.
No, we gotta go up. That's, what did we watch?
John Gruden, Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Oh, so you do recognize knocking.
You rang the doorbell. No, you didn't. You said knock.
The Raiders have a better football team. The Browns, well... Yeah, I did that in the toilet
They're
this
like
morning.
dead brown leaves.
All the leaves are brown.
Yeah!
All the leaves are brown. And the sky is
the
gray.
least
Just like the
favorite-
Raiders.
It's the least favorite of the fall colors for leaves that change. We all like the reds and the oranges and the yellows. But the brown leaves are the least exciting color leaf.
That's racist. I'm going with the Raiders.
How many people are going to choose brown leaves as their favorite fall color leaf? Raiders.
Electric carring into our next matchup. You have the Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. Listen, I'm telling you, that one person who was just like Tom, you can't just say van for your transitions.
Don't you wish you could now?
Don't you wish your girlfriend could transition like me?
No.
Don't ya? You have the Chargers taking on the Broncos. The Broncos are another team that got yakety-yacked, slapped in the back and in the face by...
Don't talk back. That's the real lyric. Oh, thank you. Although I can't carry this episode without him, it is so nice to not hear his voice. I hear him huffing, though. It's just as bad. Oh, why? Why are you so awful? I don't want to tell you to talk. Oh, wait, can I just speed through this then? Okay, great. Chargers versus Broncos. I have no idea what's happening in any of these games. The Saints, the Bears lost. Bears lost. 49ers won. I don't know what happened with the Seahawks. Cowboys are bad. Giants are bad. We're done with predictions. I didn't pick anything though. Can we just done. I don't even know what to do. Do I gotta tell you to talk back now?
And in our next game, the Broncos got yakety-yak slapped in the back and the face, don't do it, by the Chiefs. And so, yeah, they got their ass kicked. The Broncos they're in a... You're doing this episode so long, you've become dehydrated. The Chargers, I mean, with Justin Herbert, they're looking pretty damn good. Herbert. So, in this AFC West battle, I think the Chargers are gonna take it. And they got a... pretty good team. Flashing our boobs into our next game, you have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Chicago Bears. The Saints squeaking away with a win. They don't have their top two receivers, but they squeaked away with it. Drew Brees looking pretty good. The Bears, their defense is really good, but their offense is horrible. Yeah, horrible. They're not good.
Were you like semi-sneezing?
That was a good fake, right? That was a good fake out? Yeah, it was.
No.
Nick Foles threw 2 interceptions, couldn't get the run game going against the Rams. Now, the Saints, with the defense, the Saints have a good run defense. So I don't know if they're going to be able to get David Montgomery going. I mean, they really haven't all season anyway. But yeah, Nick Foles might struggle. The Saints, I think, will be able to put up some points against this Bears defense. So I'm going to go with the Saints. She's a little runaway.
All right, fine. I'll go with the Saints.
Daddy's girl. Gold mining into our next matchup. You got the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seahawks in an NFC West showdown. The NFC West, the exact opposite of what the NFC East is. In other words, good teams.
Nah, you just meant because West is opposite from East.
The 49ers coming away with the win. The Seahawks losing in an overtime thriller.
The Seahawks lost?
They did. They are no longer undefeated. That's why Packers are number 1 in the NFC.
That's exciting.
I'll take it. This should be a great game. The 49ers, again, Jimmy G, not so great, but that run game is amazing. And the Seattle Seahawks don't have a defense. However, they have an offense, and it's real damn good. Now, Russell Wilson threw 3 interceptions on Sunday night. This should actually be a really, really good football game, and this will probably come down to the wire. You have a good defense going against a really good offense here. I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Oh, man, I'm going to go with the 49ers.
Then you have this piece of garbage. I'm not even going to transition into this one because it doesn't even deserve a transition. You have the Crap Boys versus the Crapkles. Yeah, that's essentially what you got. The Eagles are winning the division with 2 wins. And they got a tie in there too. It's bad. It's real, real bad. The Cowboys...
Yeah, I have nothing to say about it.
I got nothing. Like, they're a god-awful football team.
What happened to them?
Mike McCarthy. But yeah, if this game doesn't get flexed out, I will not be streaming this. I will not be watching it. And may God have mercy on your soul if you decide to endeavor in this. I don't care who wins this football game. I'm not invested in this football game. The entire NFC East can go and burn in the sun. Eagles.
Eagles. Fly like...
No one's flying here. They're being weighed down by a bag of rocks, and that's all of them. Why is the rum always gonning into our next game? You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Giants. Buccaneers.
Why couldn't the other one be that quick? Buccaneers.
So those are our picks for Week 8 in the NFL. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. You can always find me at TomGrossiComedy.com or at Tom Grossi Comedy on all social media. See down below. Check out Patcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify, and of course the YouTubes. And a big shout out and thank you to all the patrons over at Patreon.com/TomGrossiComedy and the YouTube members. But thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi.
I'm Jade Grossi, and you can find me inside my house because I'm not going to answer the door when you come.
And as always, go Pack, go.